Hi, my name is Fernanda garza, and this is my evidence too. So I decided to do a short timeline of the history of electricity. And basically, in 16,000s, English scientist William Gerbert came up with the word electricity from the Greek word for amber. Then in 1733, Charles François discovered that electricity comes in two forms. And this made new forms of the word that Benjamin Franklin came up with, and it's positive and negative. Then in 1747, Benjamin Franklin started experimenting with statistics charges in the air and experimenting with the idea of electricity in our world. In 1752, Benjamin Franklin takes the lighting rod and proves that lighting is in fact a type of electricity. In 1800, Alessandro Volta makes the first electric battery and proves to the world that electricity can travel through wires. In 1821, the first energy company opens in the US and Michael Faraday makes the first electric motor. In 1847, the first electric motors are made for factory use. And in 1888, several small electric stations were developed in the United States based on Thomas Edison's designs. These electric stations were only able to provide power to a few blocks at a time, but they started bringing electricity into buildings around the US. In 1930, by this point in history, the majority of people in the US living in cities and large towns, approximately 10% of farms had electricity. In 1978, the EPA, that is the US Environmental Protection Agency, was established to make sure that energy did not harm the planet. This has helped us create green, eco-friendly ways of making electricity, such as solar power and wind powers. And then we have electric fields. So electric fields is a vector because electric fields are vectors. And electric fields have a magnitude and a direction, and the scalar value or the magnitude of the vector can be calculated by the following formula. And then there's the formula. Basically, an electric field includes the field produced in the dielectric of a parallel plate capacitor, that is like the positives and the negatives, and then there's like a little, I don't know, it creates like an electrostatic field. And the electromagnetic wave produced by a radio, the thing that is like there, has like, I don't know, it creates like a time-varying field. And yeah, so the formula E equals electric field, and then the F electric force between two charges, and then the Q0 is test charge. Okay, next to the problem, a charge 4 times 10 minus cc placed at point P with an electric field experiences a force of F force minus 8 times 10 minus 4 newtons. Determine the intensity of the electric field. And then, well, you can see that I put the data, the formula, the result, the substitution, and the process. Like the formula that I used was that one, and this was this is my process, yeah. And it went like minus 8 times 10 to the minus 4 power, and then divided by 4 times 10 to the minus 6 power, and then I multiplied minus 8 fourths and multiplied that like 10 to the minus 4 power and divided by 10 to the minus 6. I multiplied those two, and then I put like minus 2, this minus 2, and then progressively until I was done. And yeah, that was my formula. Here you can see how I try to explain it in better words. I'm not that good at explaining, but yeah, well, thank you. This was it. I am so sorry for everything. I hope that you take this and yeah, I did not mean to cause any trouble in any way. I am just struggling, and I'm so glad that you gave me a second chance. Thank you so much for everything, and have a nice rest of your life. And thank you for this summer of physics class. Bye.